Hugh!
Moving an immersive camera used to cost a fortune. We're talking about $100,000 camera cars, techno crane, heavy rigs that can't even fit through a doorway. This little $1,000 Dolly just changed that. But it's not perfect. This is the Edelkrone DollyONE V2. What you're watching right now is a moving 180 shot inside a real location captured with the Blackmagic URSA Cine Immersive, completely operated by me inside my Apple Vision Pro. Go ahead, look around. This is what immersive realistic video could look like inside Apple Vision Pro. But before you rush out and buy one, there are real problems with this Dolly you need to know, especially if you're putting something as heavy as the URSA Cine Immersive on top of it. And even if you don't shoot immersive, stick around. There is a use case with a cheap 360 camera on top that might surprise you. This is a immersive 180 video. Pan your phone to look around. Look down to see the Dolly in action. This is not sponsored. There's no fancy 2D editing here to hide the problem. You see everything as it happened, raw and present. The future of anti-AI media. Make sure you switch your YouTube playback quality to 8K before watching this. Now, let's talk about how to use this Dolly.
He's scared. Uh-oh.
Other reviewers make it look like you can toss this thing in a backpack and travel. You can't. It's a heavy piece of metal. But that is actually good news for us. A heavy base means our cinema camera wouldn't easily tip over. And trust me, a tip over URSA Cine Immersive is a nightmare. Another common complaint for 2D filmmaking. This Dolly is slow, even at top speed. But again, there's not a problem for immersive. Immersive filmmaking is all about slow, controlled movement. The DollyONE V2 design is surprisingly simple. Pop in 2 Sony block batteries. Hear a beat. From there, connect your Dolly through a mobile app. For me, I connected my Apple Vision Pro via Bluetooth. I control my camera with my hand and my eyes, Minority Report style. This is the future of motion control. Before we go deeper into motion control, let me point out something very important right here. Look down. Do you see a track? Do you see a Dolly? No! The motion control system is invisible. VFX cleanup in Apple Vision Pro right here is extremely expensive and almost impossible. And that is the biggest selling point of a trackless camera robot like this. It just disappears like magic. Now, the biggest question, stability. Every 2D reviewer has said that you need some kind of post-stabilization to smooth out the shape. But here's the thing, there is no post-stabilization in immersive 180. We cannot lose any of the frame. So if the movement isn't stable enough for immersive, you need to know that before spending $1,000. Let's do the stabilization test live together right now. And you judge it for yourself in your XR headset. First kimchi test, speed 80%, acceleration 60. That is my recommendation sweet spot for heavy camera system. Is it floating on the cloud smooth like a $100,000 techno crane? No, set your expectations. But for a sub-$1,000 portable Dolly on a floor that is not 100% polished smooth, I think this is very usable in XR. Here is the reality. Your result depends on your ground surface. The smoother the floor, the smoother the shot. Even outside the house on rough exterior concrete. If the camera is heavy and low, it is stable. We also noticed that faster speed actually looks smoother than slower speeds. This kimchi shot is at full speed and except for kimchi literally bump into the Dolly, it is smooth. Now, this is 50% speed with slow acceleration. Notice more wobble than at 100%? By the way, I highly recommend you download this original Apple immersive video film. 90 frames per second 3D HDR examine the footage yourself inside your Apple Vision Pro or Meta Quest 3. Never take my word for it. It is your money. Do your own research. Download link is in the description down below.
I can't hit the camera.
Now, let's push the Dolly to its limit. We are taking it onto a rough ground, not straight path, and using free path mode in the beta Edelkrone app. Free path mode lets you create a path that is not straight and not a perfect curve. You define your key points and the Dolly plans its own travel along that path. The result is honestly impressive, even with a non-linear 2-axis movement. It didn't make me feel motion sick. But the motion control is not perfect. If you miss its key points, it will go off track. I watch it drive right off the course onto the ground. So experiment with this feature, but make sure your operator is standing next to the Dolly, ready to save your camera when it misbehaves. So, the Edelkrone DollyONE V2, great value if you want to add basic motion control to your immersive filmmaking without making your viewer motion sick or breaking your bank. Whoa, yes! Whoa, that's a good one. There you go. But it had its limit. Ground smoothness matters. Travel speed matters. Think of it as a next level up from a static tripod, not a replacement of a $100,000 techno crane like we use on our award-winning immersive film, Aspen Cowgirl. We only cover X-axis movement in this forward and backward, side to side. But there's a whole other axis, Y-axis, controlling the height of your immersive camera. If you want to see us test the Edelkrone Tripod X and Jeep Plus under the weight limit of the URSA Cine Immersive, drop a comment down below and let us know. If you are new here, subscribe. We go deeper on immersive filmmaking than anyone else on YouTube. I will see you in the next immersive journey. Ciao, my friend.